Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. This is our 109th weekly call at UpRock. I'm your host, Jen McEwen. And let me bring on stage Jesse and Christopher.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning, everyone.
Christopher, you look so good. I love the hat. I love the outdoors.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Back in America,
you.
I can see. Back on terra firma.
Well, I got this for the 4th of July. It was a gift from someone. So I thought I would, since I missed out on it last week, I guess it was a day before the 4th, but we were kind of still moving along. So I didn't get a chance to, didn't have it yet. So figured I would show it off on today's live stream.
Well, it looks good. Happy birthday, Christopher. I hope you had a wonderful birthday.
Thank you. And look, I'm outside. I can smoke a cigar this week.
Yeah, so
last week I was in an airport, and a couple of people asked, like, "Oh, why aren't you smoking a cigar?" I'm like, "I don't know if you guys have been to an airport lately, but they're like surprisingly not cool about just lighting a cigar in the middle of the terminal."
Yeah. Are you? So you're in? You're on the West Coast with us now. You're in.
Mhm.
You're not in California. You're still in Portland, or
Mhm.
Oregon, right? Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. Nice.
Well, hey, you're in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, you're in our hood. Weather's
Me too,
beautiful.
yeah, he's right. He's like
It's beautiful. What are you guys talking about? It's freezing.
It's like 5 hours away.
It's like 75 degrees.
You know, you're polar opposites. You know, because you're the Arizona boy who lives in Romania.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the cold half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then go back to
Hey,
Arizona.
I didn't say it made sense. It just, is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 4th was great. Unfortunately, since the last live stream, America's out of the World Cup.
Yeah, we actually went to it on Monday. The entire city south was packed because the last game was here, and it was just crazy. Every single mall they had viewing parties all throughout the city. So it was at the dock, it was at the lake, it was downtown, it was at every mall, every pub, every bar, every restaurant. It's like no one really even cared about soccer, but if it comes to competition in sports, we want to get involved.
Yes.
And, yeah, that's all that matters.
We just want to be at the party.
Well, if we're doing something, we want to win.
Yeah. We just want to be at the party, and it was crazy packed. So the energy was smudging. It was like a nice day and all that. And I think everyone just was, even if we lost, it was still a lot of fun that day.
No, it was so fun.
That was all Monday. Everyone, it was crazy here.
I think the sentiment is that with a lot of Americans is that we are just happy to be invited, and we're happy to have gone this far. And personally, I'm so proud. I think that I'm very thankful for our team because they brought us together in so many ways. And that it happened around like the 4th of July. Like it felt so good. And so I'm forever thankful for that team for giving us that opportunity to get close again.
Yep. And so I see some people in the chat. Yeah, thanks guys. So what happened was I have basically had got an asthma, and on July 4th I did everything wrong. Which is so there's our friend had a boat, so we got on a boat and we got to watch the fireworks basically on the water because they shoot them off in the water in Seattle. So I had all the fireworks just rain down in my lungs. And then plus it was sunny all the day, so I wasn't drinking that much. Mostly drinking just drinks, liquor, and then in the fireworks all day long. Not much water, so I pretty much did everything I could think of. Oh, and also it's summertime, so it's pollen in the air, and all that stuff kind of accumulated. So it's like if you have an allergy cup, if you think of a cup like allergy, then you just kind of continue filling it up. Basically, just poured over in the middle of the night a few days ago, and I had to go ER. And just get all the meds I could. So thanks, guys. But that's it. So it's super annoying to know that I'm just allergic to earth. And that's a stupid way to go. But at least doctors are good and fine now. So that was like the second time that happened to me in my life. And
I'm just really glad. I'm just really glad you're okay. We're all working real hard, and there's a lot of stress, and we worry about you. Mostly I call you to yell at you about stuff. But when you're in the hospital,
this is all stupid. This is just me being outside, and just how annoying is it that I'm just I'm allergic to earth. So So anyway, but yeah, thanks guys. Only 90-day difference
on your macros, bro. Just really get on a good get on a good macro diet.
Yeah.
So Jesse will give you, Christopher will give you this week. He won't yell at you for the rest of this week, which is too
What are you talking about? I never said that. He gets off until the end of live stream. That's it.
He gets to the end of the live stream, no yelling.
Yeah.
I think I said something yesterday and I just said it a little too loud and I startled Jesse and he's like, hey, my stress. Don't do that. That's stressing me out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, that sucks to be allergic to the to Earth.
Exactly.
I guess that's just another reason why you got to colonize Mars.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, let's get into the week, guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on a Friday instead of your Thursday. I understand it's your Friday night for some of you, so really appreciate you guys being here with us. It is our 109th weekly call. The subject is contribute, earn, use AI, and your captain. There's your captain right there on the top right corner. Rocket is looking so freaking cool now. Once he got to the thumbs, he just ran with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
He totally ran with the thumbs.
I have so much ability, so much space for activities now. I can do so much more. I guess that is kind of a isn't a great an allegory for the thumb is an allegory for Rocket's capabilities, isn't it? Because Rocket got real beefed up. So Rocket can do a lot now.
Yeah. I like how Rocket is like omnipresent. Is like his timeline doesn't matter. He's beyond. He's in the fourth, beyond our dimension. He exists as a puppy sometimes as an old wise dog, and sometimes as a young teenage dog.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like young man dog, but he's all over. So.
He's all over. He's a time shifter. He's exactly what you need when you need it.
That's right. That's what I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go on to the agenda. We're going to talk about World Cup week number 5, Solana and UpRock. For a second, I thought that I was about to say versus UpRock. Definitely not. Solana and UpRock. Jesse's post, he had some really good posts on X recently. Talk about Rocket AI progress. We have a really cool site that's out called site that our intern's working on called BurgerScore. So we'll talk about that and how it uses Rocket, all of our AI tools to build this awesome site. We'll do our 7-day boost and some product updates, Q&A, and then we're out of here. If you have any questions, guys, pop it in the chat. I see some now, I'll highlight them. So if you have questions, pop them in the chat, I'll highlight them, and we will either address them at the end of the live stream or during the live stream if it's related to what we're talking about.
Perfect.
Okay? Perfect. Let's get started. First up, it is the week 5 of the country weeks. So every week for over a year now, we highlight a country, a region, sometimes a continent, and anybody who's physically in that area will get double the rewards for the week. This week, it is, in the past few weeks, 5 weeks actually, we have been, to celebrate World Cup, we've been doing World Cup weeks. So we're taking the 48 countries that are participating in World Cup and then divvying them up over the next handful of weeks. This week's groups are Group I and Group J, which means that if you are in France, Norway, Senegal, Iraq, Argentina, Austria, Algeria, or Jordan, then if you're physically in those countries, you will get double your earnings. And that means, I'm sorry, Messi, you are not physically in Argentina, so I know this is going to break your heart, sir, but you don't get double your earnings. So then that also means we also have a Swarm Cup that's happening at the same time. And this is for countries are competing for who has the highest uptime. So that one has a 1 million UPT prize pool. And there's only 2 weeks left. So if you want to, represent your country, keep UpRock running in the background, keep your uptime going. Sorry, keep your uptime going, and yeah, get your part of the prize pool. So far, it looks like it's U.S., Brazil, and South Korea that are on top.
Pretty good. Oh yeah, actually, I'm surprised U.S. is up there.
Why?
To be honest with you, I don't know. Sometimes we have different surges in different countries. Like sometimes an influencer or someone just our downloads change a lot. Like it could be this country or another country, and I just did not realize the United States is up there. So that's pretty good. Yeah, right. And also, like we're getting a lot of demand in Southeast Asia and over in Europe too. So this kind of surprised us: U.S., Brazil, and South Korea.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. U.S. is always pretty high up there.
You know, what's interesting is the U.S. Doesn't necessarily have the most absolute number of users, but I'd say our U.S. users are very engaged.
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier. We like competition.
Yeah,
Americans just want to be part of a game.
Yep. There's a game, we can win it.
We want to do it. We want to do it. All right. So if you guys are in those countries, there you go. That it's your week. There's things that you don't need to do anything except keep UpRock running in the background. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. You only need to keep UpRock running in the background. And then but there are things you could do to increase your rewards, and those are called rocket boosts. So anything you do, games you play, surveys you answer, friends you refer that sign up and start earning with UpRock, those all give you a reward, which includes UPTP, which you can convert into UPT, and a boost on your earn rate. And those boosts can last anywhere from a few hours to a few days, and you can do as many as you want. So I really recommend you guys, anybody anywhere should be taking advantage of these rocket boosts, but especially if you are in the country of the week. And there are 8 of you, so that's a lot of people I hope to see a lot more. I hope to see that.
Well, there's more than 8 people. There's 8 whole countries, Jen.
Did I say people? I meant countries.
You said there's 8 of you. I meant,
Oh. There's at least 8 people.
I'm guessing. Probably.
I'm guessing at least. Anyway, so guys, go do that. There's some really good games out there. I like playing some of the games. You can do as many as you want, or you could compete with Spaceman for the survey crown. You could do as many surveys as you want. So go guys, go ahead and do that. And shortly, at some point in this live stream, I'm going to display a front row check-in QR code, and that also gives you a boost.
Don't miss out on that.
Don't miss out on that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so we've got built on Solana. There's been I've been seeing a lot of talk recently about people talking about Robinhood chain. Have you guys been hearing about this?
Oh, well, because Robinhood did launch their own L1 or L2. I guess it's L1, right? They launched their own competitor chain.
L1 more or less.
It's L, yeah. And Robinhood's a big deal. They're like $100 billion. I forget their market cap, but they have a huge. It's huge, and they're on Core Public. They have a lot of mainstream people, a lot of normies on Robinhood. I'd say like a lot of the meme coins from the last cycle, like Doge and Shiba Inu. A lot of those probably got big because Robinhood was involved. So they just launched. It's still kind of. I actually don't have the Robinhood app, so I don't know if some of the memes are how easy it is to get, but it's going to happen. So they just launched this week, and it's a couple of their meme coin runners popped off really fast. So one's called Cash Cat, and that was the original name for Robinhood. So and people in crypto, they love lore, and so Cash Cat is the original name, and so it has a lot of that's it. That's the reason, and it's a cat. And cat, no matter what, even though Doge is great, but cats just across all chains, cat memes just kill it. So this one went to like 100 million in a few days. It didn't even exist, I think, a week ago. So a ton of people made money. So anyway, so they're getting attention for that. And then all that, whoever's been profitable will probably go back and forth between Solana and then there is like Ansem, who's a well-known influencer on Solana side. He's starting to get really bullish and launch his own token, and he's doing some cool stuff. So whether or not you like memes or not, it's good. It's good. It's good to have the vibe shift, because the more people are involved, making money, and even the trenches are making money, and mainstream sees it, more people will be there. More liquidity will come into the area. When people start making profit, then they'll start to rotate to some alts like UpRock. And so overall, I'm just happy for it, because it's been a pretty rough. I mean, we all thought earlier this year it's going to be back into crypto, and then I think the Trump coin happened, and that destroyed everybody, and a couple other things happened. But anyway, that's kind of what's happening.
The Trump coin. Oh, you don't say. The Trump coin destroyed everybody.
Yeah, I think people looked into that, got sidelined, and got screwed, and it's been down ever since. But it just really destroyed a lot of liquidity. So people need some a little light at the end of the tunnel right now.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well,
So
okay,
that's
well,
kind of
maybe make that back. But it's always.
I do feel it. I'm not sure if it's totally bull yet, but if you guys look online, it does feel a little bit like the vibe shift is happening.
Yeah, I've been seeing it seems a little happier.
Yeah.
In general, this summer and spring, late spring, just seem happier. I feel like actually, let me get back to Solana. Actually, before I do, I feel like the simulation maybe getting a reset. No, I think that something's happening. We might be going back to like 2008, 2010 vibes.
Yeah.
Like LMFAO's on the radio. And maybe 2005. I don't know.
Well, Jen, I don't want to go back to 2008. I remember the global financial crisis.
Yeah, maybe not that. Yeah,
maybe more like 2012.
That's very positive of you. It's not, but you know what? Actually, I do think. Okay, well, first, even though USA lost, I feel like the fact that we all got participated in a world sport, I think that's going to be every year is going to be fun now to have all these people do that, because it was a cool, different vibe. But then also, I think maybe here's what I'm thinking. I feel like too. I think earlier in the year, everyone thought, even a lot of our friends in tech thought, oh my God, this whole AI thing is moving so fast, like we're all fucked, and I don't know how we can keep up. And I think some jobs are going to be gone. But then I think even though there's a vibe shift in the AI space with even the developers, I think the more people realize, no, actually, the more we use it, the more you need to like have things pretty steady and sturdy. Like you actually won't have you want to hire more. Actually, you want people who have some experience with it. It's you notice like you know how hard it is actually to make a really good anything agentic AI. It's like it's not all just generative. You actually have to have a good foundation. So it's a lot of deterministic stuff, a lot of like foundational stuff that everyone can build. And then you realize too, like it's all about like you and your AI together. It's not just the AI replacing you. It's like you and your unique insights is what makes it awesome, because you can do 1,000 ideas, but it's like you and your AI together, which one idea you're going to go with. And I just feel like that's also changing. Whereas even people in our space wasn't. I think people were more doomer on it. But I also personally think, I just sense it like, no, actually, it's not going to be as scary as you think. Like it's a lot more abundance, a lot more like probably going to hire more. We probably want to get into the office more, actually, stuff like that. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I made a video about this last autumn, and I stand by it still. It's interesting to see how time goes. Like, because I kind of felt like I sort of really staked out a position on that one last year. That like, no, AI may change some jobs, not may, certainly will change some jobs, but the economy is just going to grow. There is so much more space for creativity and for people to do things and for things to. I feel like AI finally, in some ways, lets my reach match my ambition when it comes to shipping code and getting things done. And what's interesting is I've seen the narrative start to change a little bit. I think part of it is the winter time. So much of the tech industry is in the northern hemisphere, and all throughout the winter, it's wintry and people go outside and it just kind of gets you down a little bit. And now it's summertime and people are outside a little bit, touching grass, so to speak, touching the hedge. And it's a reminder that life goes on, that there's still all these things in the world. There's still parks to walk in and things to do. And AI doesn't change any of that. It actually makes it better. Now I've got hooked up from our development environment to my phone, so I can send it a quick message or see what it's working on, still go outside for a little bit. Yesterday evening, I took half an hour and I took my kids. There's some blackberry bushes not far from here, and we went berry picking. And I still had AI working on stuff while I was doing that. And I even checked in once or twice, but it didn't like totally dominate my attention. I was able to go pick some blackberries off the bush for a little bit, and it was delightful. And AI made that better. Like it really did. So there is room for all of this. And I do think, yeah, like Jesse, like you've said, and we've been talking about this a lot, you and I, it is abundance. Tokens should be cheap and available. Tokens make life better for everyone. That's what we believe with Rocket. That's what we're building, and that's what we're working towards. So,
token abundance, and everyone out there, if you're still nervous about it, I mean, the best way to like be prepared for the future is try to live in it now. So I just want you to just use all the tools, because when you use them, then you'll know all the opportunities, because just using them, and it's not as like it's just software still, so it's not like it's not as scary as you think. It's not as stable as you think. There's still a lot of room for opportunity here. There's a lot of ways to improve every single industry, everything you're doing, personal and work, and you won't know that unless you just like try it, and that's a big part of it. And once you have some access to tokens, like of course we're spending money on tokens, and so that helps. That's why we really believe in this abundance of tokens, because once in a while when Claude comes out with like subsidizing more tokens, and you just get like a little taste of even more tokens, and you're like, oh my god, that's so much fun to have it. You're like, oh my god, that's so cool. I wish it was just like never ending. Like how much more fun would that be? And I think we're going to get to that future, but right now it is kind of get kept. And our mission with Rocket is also to make that abundant more for everybody. So
We were listening. It was something that was on yesterday while we were all working. I forgot who you were. It was in the video. You were talking. It was the interview. But anyway, he was talking about how coding is it doesn't seem like it, but it really is just a generalist skill. Like writing is a general skill. Everyone knows how to write. Well, most of us know how to write. And it doesn't seem like it with coding right now, but he sees it as a general skill. Everyone will be able to do something there. It kind of reminds me of when writing and literacy became general knowledge instead of kept for the elite or general, and so many things that were created once you generalized it. And coding is just one of those things, and that is facilitated through AI. And so if anyone ever has any idea, now's your time. Everybody can. For years, how many people have come up to you guys, to be included, and said, hey, I have a great idea for an app.
Yeah. Well, I want to call out something. I want to call out something else. So in a similar vein, there is a great channel on YouTube, no affiliation, just going to call them out because he's been doing some great fundamental economic analysis on this kind of thing lately, called Maxonomics. And he actually had a interesting similar take on the whole airline pilot thing as an analogy for automation, and how much that role has grown over time. He also had another really interesting and well-sourced fact. When ATMs were first introduced, and this is for those of us who are probably into the Web3 space, when an ATM, an automatic bank machine, that concept has been around my whole life. I don't even think about it. But apparently when those were first introduced, there was a bunch of doomerism about like, oh my gosh, bank jobs are going to be, completely replaced, and so on and so forth. And interestingly, he was able to source stats from this. After ATMs were introduced, the number of people working in banks, tellers, not just anybody, but people working frontline in banks, just continued to increase. It just made the businesses so much more efficient that they could offer more services. More people could afford one way or another, right? Banks suddenly, instead of having to charge a lot to have an account, banks started introducing free accounts or very low cost accounts and this and that. So that's about abundance. The addition of automation overall made the businesses better, which allowed them to serve more customers, which ultimately increased their overall employment, not decreased. So like interestingly, even as the number of ATMs exploded, the number of bank tellers actually went up for many, many, many decades, which is a really interesting sort of historical fact. And obviously, no two things are exactly the same, but I think there is a parallel there where, today he made this point, but I think it's worth making again. Today, if you showed up at a job and you say you got a job as an accountant, and you showed up your first day at work, and they're like, here's your computer, and you're like, nah man, I'm not really into computers, I just want to use an abacus to do my accounting. They'd be like, that's not how we do things, we use spreadsheets, right? And I mean, I think that's where AI is going. It's not that It's not that it's necessarily going to replace you, but it is going to be one of the tools that people are going to learn to use. And there's definitely going to be a learning curve for and all of that. But
oh, you know what? That reminds me too, Grace. Another thing that's been in the conversation coming up is so Jen, coding, those are kind of generalist tools now. So everyone has to bring their own intelligence, their own specialty to a tool like writing and come up with something new. And another thing that people are starting to realize is a lot of what you're building for your personal life or for your company is the agent and the harness around it and the intelligence you bring to that, or what that harness accesses, what the agent can access. And so really the harness is the company. Like another topic, like everyone knows a company is kind of like all this business processes, it's intelligence, it's a unique perspective on something, a product it builds. Now the harness in a lot of ways is the company, because it's how you build the agents with your team and your employees. It's going to be the same thing with humans. And then all of that too, people realizing, hey, we need to be a lot more protective of this. Like we can't actually have a bunch of models that where we're sharing all our trade secrets and our personal intelligence stuff, where they might just suck it up and then compete with us directly. Just like how Claude did with Claude Design and competing with Figma. And so now there's a whole world of, there's going to be a whole explosion of companies and services around how do you make your own harness and agentic AI systems and your whole system of work for your own company that's protected and safe that no one can steal. And then it's going to be the same thing for personal use. Like, how do I make sure I can use the coolest models or just a variety of stuff? And sometimes it's private, sometimes it's not, and sometimes super secure. And none of that's out there right now. It's like not really. It's people are doing things with like OpenClaw and Hermes, but if you guys ever tried them, you know they're way overcomplicated. And so you can tell it's like people who are really into it, first adopters are in it, but for everyone else, it's way overcomplicated. And a lot of the infrastructure is not even built at all. And then once it's built, even like just a little bit more, then you can imagine all the applications and the super agents that are going to come from them. So that's why I think all those things like. One is like you thought it would take over jobs. One, you thought like there'd be like two God models that take over everything. People are realizing, no, I don't want to send all my stuff to one God model. I actually want to have my own like a variety of models, and I'm going to have it like protect my stuff and protect my own proprietary product or trade secrets and intelligence. So
well, and I think the other thing, this is kind of a me theory. But just, I've been trying a lot of models lately, and I sometimes go back and forth between weeks where, I really just use one model because everything's humming along and I have everything set up right and I don't want to, fiddle with something else.
Sure.
And other weeks where, I'll try something new out for one reason or another. And I'll be honest, what the hell, I'll go ahead and call it out. One of the reasons, and this just goes to show how important customer service is even in the AI economy. One of the things that made me try out one of the, I'll call specific models. I tried out GLM 5.2, which was really, really good. Surprisingly better than I expected. I'd heard a few people say good things about it, but it was amazing. One of the reasons I tried it out, this was a couple of weeks ago, was because Anthropic was having so much downtime that every time I was trying to get something done, the thing would time out and say like, oh, not available. It's not your rate limit. The API is just not working. And like, okay, well, I need to something else that works. And so, in that example, I walked outside of, in that week, I walked outside of Anthropic's tooling because, hey, it wasn't working for me and I tried something else. So I think we're seeing the other thing is there are a bunch of new models that have been released this week. I have not had a chance to try all of them yet. I've tried a couple other people on the team have tried some different ones. I'm hearing amazing things about the new Grok. I'm really excited to try it out. We know there's the new GPT model out. There's the new Meta model out, which I haven't had a chance to try yet, but seems interesting. So there is still a lot of innovation in this space on both sides of the Pacific. Yep. And there's like, I think it just goes to show there is room for a real ecosystem. And it is probably going to be like the mobile space to a certain extent, where maybe there's not room for 20 players, maybe there's only room for a handful of dominant ones, but even inside of that, there are a lot of variants and a lot of manufacturers, a lot of builders. And so
let me ask you something. How are you learning about each model and what their strengths and weaknesses are? How are you deciding to make a switch? The reason why I ask is because
Well, Jen, I'm glad you asked. It feels like this question was a setup, even though I promise you it was not. Jen honestly just asked me that question. I am using our evaluation suite called RC Bench, which is several hundred different tasks that we have identified that our users of Rocket want to do. And we actually evaluate, at this point, every time we do a run, I believe it's a bit over 40,000 runs that we do, where we evaluate how do the models actually perform? How good are they at completing these tasks and grade them? And so that's actually one way that, you know, that's one way that I can do it. But the other thing is, I actually feel like this is an area where, again, social media and just people in general, the internet in general, is an amazing resource for this. Whether it's various forums or X or you know, other social sites, you start to see the vibe and people talking about it and people mentioning it. And I'm sure there's some astroturfing going on where companies are getting people to post reviews and stuff. But the proof is in the pudding. If you see half a dozen people say it's great and then you try it out and it sucks, then like, well, okay, I got by some astroturfing. But I mean, I think the interesting thing is, even if you don't have, you know, hundreds of preset tasks that you can run against it as an evaluation harness, you still get a pretty good sense in the first half an hour or so. Like, is this working for me or not? And I think it varies from task to task as well. I was talking to somebody the other day who's in a biological field, not computer science, and he was commenting that one of the models I thought was really, really good just wasn't cutting it for him. It just didn't kind of get the concepts, and a different one was doing well. So
yeah, I wonder if I think that in the future we'll see. I think what you just said about phones just got this in my head. Like, in the future, maybe we'll see commercials about different models the same way we see commercials for different Android devices.
Remember, I'm a Mac and I'm a PC.
What's that?
Yeah.
Remember the I'm a Mac and I'm a PC commercials? Wait until we're seeing the, you know, wait until we're seeing the I'm Claude and I'm ChatGPT commercials or whatever.
Yeah, like the future, like the next Super Bowl would be like one model dunking on the other.
Hey, what do you want to bet that the next Super Bowl there will be ads, multiple ads from AI companies? I mean, actually, that's a safe bet, but like specifically about models, not just because I think in the last Super Bowl, like Bud taking out
Coors Light, like competitive ads,
right,
on the other, that kind of fun.
The last one, Google had a really good ad, but it was sort of very much like a generic, like, imagine the possibilities of AI ad, but it wasn't like the beer commercials where, you know, one's dunking on another one. I bet this next year we're going to see one dunking on another one.
There are really cool models out there. That's a big part of what the harness, our Rocket harness, does. Rocket is the harness, guys. If you think about it, it's not just the assistant. It's the runtime. It's all of it. It's the runtime. It's the orchestration layer. Rocket is the maestro to manage other sub rockets. It's the harness. And so a big part of that is reason why we have this test suite. It's because we have to understand which models are good for which tasks, and then we can actually optimize the cost per task based on the model that's best for it for the price.
Yeah, and not just cost, performance as well. I mean, there are times sometimes where it's not even, you know, you have different models, and for certain tasks that Rocket does, or for certain parts of Rocket's runtime, we actually use different models because different ones perform better, even if they're similar in total cost. One just works better for a
crazy amount. We're not talking like half off. We're talking like 99% or 90% difference in price. Like huge difference in price. Where it's like maybe it costs you $5 a month, maybe only cost a penny for a certain task, right? I'm talking about certain tasks. This is a really big deal because
and I'll give an example that you know, and it's interesting because our community is super on top of things, and I didn't see a single post about this. If you want to Google this, I'm not going to call out one of the big model providers made a little oopsie this week, and they accidentally broke their actual model API, and it was one of the models we were using for part of Rocket, and we noticed it because we started seeing the errors. And I'm gonna big shout out to Ridvan in particular, who I was pretty late for him, but he did this. We just opened up our eval and we went, okay. I mean, it was clear that this wasn't, you know, that this was some kind of a functional problem, right? Like they just broken the API. But like, well, what were we going to do? Leave it broken for people? No, of course not. So we just opened up our eval and we went, okay, what was our second choice for this? Cool. Just flip the switch, change the model. And I don't think that anybody had a bad experience there, because this was a task that automatically retried in the background. So it failed for a few people the first run, and when we noticed those errors coming in, we swapped to a different model, and it cleared the backlog and kept on trucking. So that's where, you know, it's, the models are like, you know, I've used this example before, and I'm probably going to use it again, but it's like, you know, it's like buying bandwidth. When we, in our data centers, we have multiple providers who we get bandwidth from, and, you know, they each have their fiber, and they have different cables and stuff like that. And anybody who's running a large service probably uses multiple providers, either directly or indirectly. And you need to, because they have different strengths and weaknesses, and so on and so forth. And so I really think that the actual core model, you know, the core tokens is getting pushed down to that. That's the rails that AI runs on. It's not necessarily the be all and end all.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just gonna throw this out here. Anybody who wants access to Rocket soon, make sure that you're in the app. You have the latest version, which is out now, and make sure that you go to and you see the screen that says T-10. We'll talk about what that means in a little bit, but make sure you've seen that screen logged in your version right now today on the live stream. Maybe something interesting will happen in a little bit. Who could say? Because I saw somebody who just said, I need Rocket now. So update the app, open it up, see the T-10 screen, and we'll see if something interesting happens in a little bit.
Okay, good.
All right, cool. All right, well, let's go on to there's a lot of good talks here. Jesse, you shared pretty much what we've been talking about for the past 10 minutes. You have a great thread that kind of just kicked this off on X, so if anyone is curious.
Yeah, we are here. This whole post is like, we are building, it's a culmination of what we build our infrastructure to support Rocket AI. Our original mission, if you check out our white paper from 2 years ago, was the knowledge abstraction layer, because we knew this AI internet's coming. We came from a space of privacy and unblocking the internet with a private VPN browser. So we know how hard it is to unblock the internet, even as an individual, whether you're using a VPN or as a company using proxies. And you're going to want your agent to be able to go out throughout the internet and get things you need. And it's going to get, and there's going to be other bots that's going to get crazier. And right now there's more bot traffic ever. And you're going to get caught in the crosshairs where your own personal agent will get blocked because it looks like a bot, which is not. It's just, I think it's an extension of yourself. It's human agent pairs into the future, because you'll never browse alone again. And so we saw that world coming. We didn't quite sure about MCPs. We weren't quite sure how fast the agent space is coming. We just thought you just want to have your AI do stuff for you. And it took us a while to really hone in and figure out exactly the solution and the infrastructure where we can bring our unique set of skills from our team and background, from consumer AI, from consumer, from VPN, from infrastructure, from mobile platform building. And we really figured out. I had one painful pivot last year, but we're really figured it out now. And this is the culmination with Rocket here. So there is a lot of people paying a lot of attention with enterprise harnesses and B2B stuff. Everyone's on that. There is no consumer harness right now that really just works well. And with us, the community is our moat. And here, I believe Rocket is the harness. Rocket is the consumer AI harness that UpRock can own. And it's working great, and we're just getting started. So that post is all about that. We show up every week live. If you're a person who's just tuning in, interested in DeepIn, this is the evolution of DeepIn. We have an agentic DeepIn infrastructure now, still powered by the community. And this is actually the harness that you'll need for consumer AI to thrive in this world. And we're building it in a way that is expecting token abundance. So what happens when everyone has cheap tokens? How much more can your harness and your super agent, Rocket, improve your life, your wallet, and ultimately your time, give your time back? So this is what that post is about. And so everything we're building, our tokens, all about this. So really excited. I just wanted to remind people, like, this is what we're in it for, and this is why we appreciate your support for the past couple of years building UpRock. You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Yeah.
Well, and so all the things that we've been building, you had this great highlight that you shared yesterday.
Oh yeah.
This was super cool. So one agent watches, all the agents benefit.
Yeah.
Bringing semantic video search, our semantic video search, which we have been showing off for the past few weeks now.
Yeah.
Now you were showing off how you integrate this into your Hermes desktop.
Yeah.
So this is let me share the link here while you talk about it.
Well, semantic video search, we've been talking about this for a month now, I guess, but it's getting better and better. It's hard product to get, you know, we're going to work on it every week, but high level. Video is a powerful, underrated tool for AI, agentic AI, especially for consumer, because it's not just discovery. You use video all the time to discover cool things, but it's also evidence. You also use a video to as the final decision maker before you're going to make that purchase or take that trip or whatever. And if your super agent cannot see video, it's blind to one of the main reasons why you actually make decisions and why you discover new things. And so it has to be beyond transcripts and timestamps, which is how most agents work today. And so we're bringing it to Hermes. So Hermes, and I've downloaded the Hermes desktop app, which is pretty cool. It's a little bit technical for most folks, but if you are technical, then try it out. It's pretty neat. They have they're a really thriving community. So the big thing about OpenClaw and Hermes is you have open source community building skills for it. I think there's like, I don't know, 10,000. There's a lot. There's tons of skills there. Maybe a little overwhelming, but there's a lot, which is cool. So I installed it, the UpRock MCP. I think would have probably preferred our NPM CLI pack tools instead, which is coming. But I got the MCP working pretty quickly. And then I asked it to watch the new Dune 3 trailer. It was able to do that. And then that output you're seeing on the screen is the actual output. And I said, hey, describe the scene, describe any interesting visuals, explain the overall vibe of the video, which is an interesting semantic term, right? And then just provide details of every scene. And it was pretty awesome. And so you can see how that can work for across many channels. For just yourself, you're like, hey, I'm really into cooking. There's so much content out there. Can you just watch stuff for me while I sleep and then show me the 3 videos you think I love? And over time, Rocket will understand which ones you like the most, because those are the ones you'll end up clicking on. That could be for that. That could be for business use case. So I just wanted to show you this is what's possible. And then a big part of this too, how we designed it, which is the Web3 philosophy, is it's a shared index. So if one agent, like my Hermes agent, watched the Dune trailer, and so now and index it, so you still have to watch it. It's superhuman fast. So it's not like you have to take the trailer's like 3 minutes. Doesn't take Rocket 3 minutes to watch it, by the way. You know, Rocket takes only several seconds, right? But once one Rocket watches it, anyone who asks to watch that same video, you don't have to watch anymore. You just can ask questions about it instantly. So it's part of a public index. So that's another part about Web3 mentality of building this harness, this agentic DePIN, is that instead of everyone being siloed and everyone's agent doing its own thing, researching, wasting tokens over and over again, asking to do the same tasks, spending the same tokens, asking to scroll the same sites, chances are there's probably 10 other people out there that want to do the same thing. And we built everything to have new primitives, new ways to be able to share those kind of tasks and common jobs across the network. So a common job is, hey, Hermes agent, can you just watch this video? Oh, looks like, so the first thing the agent will do when it has UpRock installed, it'll search the index. Like, actually, someone already did it. I can already answer your question instantly. If the index doesn't exist, then it'll say, okay, I need to index this real quick, 1 moment. And depending on the video size, just a few moments later, and you can start asking questions. So now if you have like your workflow personal, like you said, video is a big part of like your daily life to keep up with what's happening in the world. Or if you want to do this for your own business, then you can just kind of put on a workflow, automated schedule, and say, hey, just scour the internet for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and just watch some stuff for me. And in the morning, give me my daily brief of which moments matter that I should click on and view. And we're protecting the creator's content here. We don't cut things up. We don't clip them. We don't copy your content. We find a moment that people want, and then we actually give you the actual source link. So the YouTube link, the TikTok link, so you actually go there so you can actually watch the video. So this is about saving time and finding. There's just too much content out there. We all know.
Well, and it's also about being able to answer questions, because we've said this before, not just answer questions, access information, because so much information is getting posted in video form now. And most agents are completely blind to that. If you ask an agent, hey, do a bunch of research on this topic, and a lot of people have been, whether it's travel or economics or information or news or anything like that, so much of that is posted in video form.
Right.
Most agents can't access any of that. They're only accessing the textual part of the web. So
Yeah.
if somebody didn't write a blog post about it or didn't write an article about it, if they just posted it as a video, most agents can't access it. And to the extent that a few can maybe access some of it, they primarily seem to be able to do so by just reading the transcript. Essentially, they take the audio and they turn it into a
Or they use
transcript.
dumb rudimentary browser vision. They load in the browser and kind of like take screenshots every few seconds, something like that.
Right, which is extremely inefficient and often misses the most important parts.
Yeah.
Whereas
right.
ours is natively ingesting the image, the
Right.
imagery in the video, along with the spoken information and everything else, and it's combining all of that together. So
yeah,
that's
like
what it means. I sometimes joke that I've built digital teenagers. They just and see, this is an unfair dunking on teenagers probably, but you know, they just sit in their room all day long watching videos.
Yeah. Okay. So like during COVID, everyone's home, right? And we're all just cooking all the time because you can't go to restaurants. And so I just got into kitchen gear. I was like looking for the coolest sushi knife, and just barbecue stuff, right? And so I found this really cool sushi knife. And I spent all this time to first I found a bunch of sites. Then I tried to find comparisons of the same knife on different websites and the price. So I was looking for price. And then after I found a couple knives, the reason why I picked one or the other is I went on Instagram and I went on YouTube. And I wanted to see the knife in action. So I was like, how big is this actual knife really? Like I saw the picture, but I want to see someone hold it in their hand. And then after I see someone hold it in their hand, I kind of wanted to see like the paper cut test. Like, is there anyone actually using it? Like not just the unboxing videos where Amazon has like, you just show the knife in your hand and okay, cool. But can I see someone actually cut a piece of paper or like some sushi or a piece of meat? I want to see how it looks. I just want to see how it just
make paper thin slices of tomato.
I just want to see that, And so I spent like a weekend just going through. I didn't really I kept doing it all weekend long. I had plenty of time, right? It's COVID. But this is the kind of thing where I say, hey, Rocket, I really want to buy a sushi knife. I started to look at some stuff. Here's a couple links. Here's what I'm looking for. Rocket can actually go out on TikTok, Instagram, all the sites and ingest them, index them, and he'll know like, okay, here I found three videos of the knife in action, like someone actually cutting something. I'm like, cool. So now timestamping. So in my morning feed, they'll send me just 3 links of like, here's the knife that you want cutting tofu. Here's one cutting sushi. Here's one doing what. I like this. Looks pretty sweet. Rocket can actually talk about it like a human, right? So it's like this one's pretty cool. Cut right through like butter. Nice. Opens the YouTube link. I'm like, oh, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to see. That's cool. Okay. And then I see it's on sale now. So now I really have high conviction and like this is the one I want. I found the evidence. So video is a discovery and an evidence tool, right? And this is why it's great. It saved me some time. It would save me some time. I spent a whole weekend looking for these videos where Rocket could do it for me. So this is why it's really underestimated how much you need your super agent, and not just for a computer or not for a company, but your own super personal agent to be able to understand video with you. Yeah.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
My Siri, I had something to say, but my Siri just talked, just said something. She just said 11:22 a.m. I didn't say any. I didn't.
Like, guys need to wrap this shit up.
Yeah, Siri's like, guys, I've been watching. Guys, we need to move on. Yeah, wait until Rocket. Hey, one day soon, great. Rocket's watching video. Rocket's gonna be like, hey guys, I'm waiting for the QR code. Where is it? I've been watching for for 50 minutes already.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually, what you were saying is a perfect segue into our video series that we're doing, semantic video search series, different ways that you could have your AI, what the AI is watching. And so last week, I think what we highlighted, for the next few weeks, we're going to highlight different verticals, because sometimes people ask, well, what can I use it for? We have some great examples. Jesse, you just shared a great example about product hunting.
Yeah.
Chris, you shared examples about cooking and about Maxonomics. This week's example is, I'm going to echo on myself. I'm going to mute you guys. This week's example is fitness. So fitness is a really great one. That one is because, I don't cook and I'm not very good at it. And so I don't shop for sushi knives, but I do like to work out. lately. I've been really getting into it. And so fitness is a really great one that is, for me, is pretty pertinent to what my life is, what I'm doing in my life right now. And what I like about this is not only using it to find fitness videos, but to also sort through, like what I've been doing before is, I go on Instagram or something and I see a reel that looks like, oh, that's a workout I want to try. After a while, you realize, there's a lot of really fake stuff out there. And so there's a lot of like lifting moves, right, that look really cool. But then when you try, it's like, how come that's not working out for me? So there's a lot of slop. And I don't mean AI slop. I just mean like influencer slop, where they're just sharing something that looks cool, but that doesn't actually work. So I definitely need Rocket to sort through all of the videos, Let's say I want to work on something on like my back, right? I need them to look through all the videos, but also ingest them and tell me what they're saying, but also help me sort out the crap. Because there's a lot of like just weird moves that just look good on camera, look good on Instagram Reels, but it's not actually helpful. And I want to hear from real personal trainers. And so this is a very helpful, pertinent series for me this week. Example on how to use Rocket.
Yeah, cool. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of content.
Meanwhile, Jesse and I are like, fitness.
Yeah. I'm over here dying from pollen. I'm like, me cardio bullshit.
No, it is a really good use case, and this is why I love that several of the team have come up with this great set of video series, and I think it is a really good idea because it's one thing to say, hey, it could do this, and it's another thing for people to really be able to see examples, and people who maybe aren't part of haven't been before part of the UpRock community to realize, oh, it can do this. Like this thing I'm interested in, somebody who's interested in fitness, maybe they come across this content. That's why we have the creator program as well. Everybody's welcome to create content like this. But yeah, actually showcase it in different kinds of scenarios so that people can see like, oh, this works for what I want to do. Not just in the abstract, like I wonder if this works, but actually show it working.
Yeah. Cool.
So stay tuned in the upcoming weeks, guys, because every week for the next few weeks, we're going to be highlighting a different vertical on how to use the semantic video search.
Yep. This is a really great personal one too, because we always bring it back to like a great consumer AI agent, super agent. I mean, there's only really, this really breaks down to 3 buckets. It's your life, it's your wallet, and your time. And life is about your health too, right? And so there's so much information out there that a big part about life is just shifting through all that information, helping you to understand what to pay attention to so that you can thrive in the world and not waste a lot of time. And that's where Rocket's good, because there is a lot of content and like which one's good for you. And this is a very nice, clear one that I think will make Rocket amazing for you, because it'll get better at it as you communicate with it.
Yeah, I like the idea of using this to buy a car. I like the idea of buying a car. So when that happens, I will be using this.
Okay, someone says sleepy now. Good night.
Honestly, I gotta tell you, I don't know. It's just Friday. It's the same day as we usually do it, but we don't normally do this on Friday. And I think my circadian rhythm is off or something, because like my body's like, why are we doing this right now? It's Friday. But I'm fine. I feel like my eyes are getting heavy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, wait. Was she saying she's getting sleepy? Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
You're definitely sleepy now. You can't even understand what's happening.
I don't
anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this is a great series. But also let's go back to a lot of things that we've been talking about today. AI, like the word of the day is abundance, right? You guys have said that quite a bit. Token abundance, AI abundance. It shouldn't be a luxury. This is something that should be in the palm of anybody's hands. In fact, if you have UpRock on your Android device, you either have it in your hands now or you will soon, as Christopher mentioned, the T10 screen. This is something that should be in everyone's hands. That's been a big part of our ethos, is accessibility. I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but anyway, this should not be a luxury. It should be something that everyone gets to have. But there was a question earlier, actually, Gray, I think Daniels asked, if we're going to have this on desktops soon?
You know, we will, but there's just so much work to do to make this amazing on mobile. We are a small team, even though we're using AI. There's just so much to do. So we want to make sure we got to get it out really well on Android, and iOS is still in pending review mode, which is super annoying. But we are building it. I mean, really, the whether each surface, we want Rocket to be where you want it to be. But like so much of our community actually comes from mobile first, that we need to pay attention to make sure it's just awesome on your phone first.
Yeah. I said also, we'll do desktop, but yeah, mobile's first for us. But yeah, I mean, our goal is like we said here, it shouldn't be a luxury. Everyone should have access to it. If you have a phone, you should have Rocket. You're contributing to the network. You're contributing to the DPIN. You can also earn AI credits while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we say in the post, it should not depend on your wallet. It should depend on your willingness to contribute.
Yeah. So yeah, we are attacking every layer of the cost curve. That's why we do the model tests. This is why some of the core features we roll in house instead of like use third parties. Like for example, video. There's some options out there, but if we did that, it wouldn't be affordable to anyone.
And I'm just going to say it wouldn't be as good. Our video is the best in the world.
Yeah, that's true too.
I say that confidently, as the person who designed it, of course. But but no, I'd say that confidently. Ours really is the best in the world.
No, also no one does the public index. There is no public index of semantic search. It's all siloed. Everyone, what they do is because they want to silo it, because then everyone has to pay. The business model is you're paying to index or to transcribe them, right? And so why would they want to make a public index? There's no point, because like then you can't charge for the same videos over and over and over again. And so, but we don't take that mentality. We take this mentality of abundance. Like the most popular videos every Rocket shouldn't have to watch them over and over and over again. That's just silly. Because then it's just dumb. So we're not going to do it that way. With your super agent, if you don't build it in a way where it's accessible, then this will expand the gap between the AI have and have-nots. And it really will if you do not work on every cost layer, So we really, really, really believe in this. This is what's exciting about this. If you think about YouTube made channels for free for everybody, and they pretty much won video. Before that, if you guys can even remember about who was competitors to YouTube, that you had to pay $20 a month just to like create an account, and like they made it really scarce. So like every one channel you created cost money. They cost you per stream. Like it was nuts. And the ones who made it
YouTube and Twitch, for that matter, Twitch really changed it as well. But yeah, YouTube's a great example.
Made it abundant, and they win. And so we're gonna make it abundant. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that said, one thing. So we have want to be in abundance.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily want an abundance of agents, because nobody wants to manage an unlimited number of so much AI, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Almost nobody. I might be the exception.
Yeah, I guess maybe Christopher might be the exception, but nobody really wants to manage 20. If these things are supposed to simplify our lives, but then you have to manage 20 AI agents.
Yeah.
Is that really making everything simpler?
Yeah, I think it'll come down to just how, before iOS was BlackBerry, and people had a work phone and a personal phone. Even that got kind of blended. But the biggest kind of area where you really want some separation is just work and personal. That's about it. And with an agent, if you have I think you're going to have one kind of super agent that just goes with you for just everyday stuff. Basically, you're like someone who browses with the internet with you, because the biggest killer use case of the internet is accessing the internet and just doing things on the internet. So you want one super agent for that. I don't think you want that agent to like set up a bunch, like 20 other agents, because then you're managing a team. Then it becomes a job for you. Like you don't want your therapist agent. You don't want your financial agent. You don't want like 20 different agents. Your dating advice agent. You just probably want one agent, because that one agent over time will get so good at becoming any of those things for you. Actually, they said, okay, you want to talk about you want to drop a screenshot from your dating DMs and want better advice on how to respond back? Sure, I got you. I can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you I'm sure a lot of people do that actually. You want to do that with your email, with work email or your personal email? Sure, I got you. I can help you and give you advice on how to like manage your emails, label them for you, save some time, or coordinate some stuff with your family. Like one agent will be able to do all of it because the memory and the tools are going to get so good that you're just going to realize, oh my God, this one super agent can do this for me. Whereas on the work side, I think the work side could be different. It could be like you're going to have agents that just do the finance side. You're going to have different departments where they're going to have their own thing. Even in the back end.
Yeah, but even there, you know, Jesse, we mentioned this last week, and
yeah.
I think it's really on point. You and I have one chat which is our work chat, where you know in one tool, and then you know we have like a personal text conversation and with other people on the team and friends and so on and so forth. And it's still the same Jesse at the opposite end of both chats. It's just one of them where I drop, I drop like, hey, we just did a desktop update. It's rolling out, blah, blah, blah. And the other one where I drop like, haha, check out this hilarious video or whatever. Right. But there's still only one Jesse at the other end of that. I don't have two Jessies or two Jens that I talk to. It's the same person on each one. It's just in a different context. And I think that's the same. I mean, I really think that's the same with an AI agent. When I share say an X post that I think is interesting with one of you guys, I don't have to explain the whole context behind it to you or who I am or what we're doing or what you just know. I just send you a message. We have years of history, years of shared memories, literally shared memories that informs what our conversation is, and that's how Rocket has been designed. Is that your Rocket? Every time you talk to it, it distills everything that you've talked about into its permanent long-term memory at different levels of detail, so that hopefully months and years from now, if you drop in something related to something you talked about years ago, it might not be at the very top of the conversation, but it still has that background context of the more you get to know Rocket and the more you use it, the more it understands you and what's going on, because it does distill into its memory everything that you've talked about.
Actually, and in the background, you don't really care to know this, but even our Insight Stack product, the Insight Stack is actually an agent, and you don't need to personally know that. You just ask Rocket what you need. Hey, I want to create a website, or can you monitor or track 10 sites and create an Insight Stack on something I care about? That Rocket will actually know the tool. Part of the harness is they actually call the tool to create an Insight Stack, and that Insight Stack is also like an agent. The agent that will generate a crawl plan for the Insight Stack product, and then actually execute on that plan. And so for you don't really want to manage the Insight Stack agent. You just want to talk to Rocket and tell him or her whatever, could be a good boy or a good girl. But if you ask Rocket to go grab it, Rocket will coordinate, orchestrate, figure out which tool, which agent to use, and then bring back the payload and deliver the product, service, deliver the service to you. That's what you'll expect. You don't want to have to manage all the sub agents. I see a lot of companies doing this, but I think they're overcomplicating it, and also they're overcomplicating it, spending way too much time to explain it to the end customer, to the end user, which also overcomplicates it, because now you just explain and also it's overwhelming. Like when you first set up, I've seen some experiences where you first install your app, they give you so many choices. Like, what kind of agent do you want? Like, shoot, I don't know. Like, I think today I want this kind, but tomorrow I want that kind. That's how life works. Like, why do I have to choose right now? Do I have to choose? Maybe I want financial support next week, and I just want to hang out I just want entertainment advice this week. Yeah, what a silly question to even ask. A super agent can do all these things. So it's a pointless. No reason to add that cognitive overload in the beginning of your first experience with a great, cool agentic experience. You just get started. So that's how we're thinking about it. And that's why we say nobody wants more agentic AI here.
Can you imagine, like in a corporate setting, if anyone watching is in a corporate setting and want to visualize this, it's like having an assistant, like all these executives having an executive assistant for each thing. This is my executive assistant for getting my lattes in the morning. Executive assistant for screening my calls. This is my executive assistant for managing my calendar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous. Just get one executive assistant.
In scenarios like that, you literally have to copy paste. Like, I mean, I think we've all probably done this with the first wave of AI. Like you have multiple chats, even with the same engine or with different engines, but you like copy paste from one to another one because they don't, if you have one analyzing something and another one connected to your email, they don't know like what's going on. So it's actually.
Yeah,
exactly.
You get tired of repeating yourself. So it should be one thing. Well, okay. Well,
I can hear the song, by the way. You guys know what song he's singing right here?
I know what song he's singing.
Wait, hang on. Has it? Oh yeah.
We can't sing it, or we'll get like a copyright strike. But yeah.
Oh, your voice is that good? It'll sound like the original. Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, my voice is.
I have video.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Actually, Chris is pretty good.
He is good.
We've all been to karaoke, so yes, this is actually true. We will get copyright.
Guys, I promise I'll work harder. Don't share the karaoke video. Jen has blackmail video. It's called karaoke.
Oh, that's wonderful blackmail. I didn't know it could work. Okay, now that I know. I know. All right, guys.
Rocket, find Jen's video of me and delete it, please.
I know. Sometimes I'll like surprise you with a video or a photo, and you're like, how long have you been holding on to that one? Forever, my friend. Well, as we're talking about AI and all of the capabilities of Rocket, I want to highlight something that is happening in real time. Sir Roz loves burgers.
Oh.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
And so does our intern too, because they are building BurgerScore in real time.
Yeah. Using our agentic deepin.
Using our agentic deepin. So here's the thing. When we were, as Sir Roz has been applying everything that Christopher demos, or the team they demo, they're sharing what we're building. Sir Roz is always thinking about use cases, and frequently I think it goes back to, what about burgers? Let's tie this into the burgers, because he loves a good hamburger. Who doesn't? Yeah. But he really does. So much so that with UpRock's tools, employing the UpRock MCP for live web crawling, semantic video search, geo-targeted intelligence, evidence-based scoring to generate everything he needs, all the metrics he needs for BurgerScore, which will score burgers around, well, first starting off in Istanbul, but we'll score burgers around the world. So you can find the best burger wherever you are. So he and our intern, collaborating with Darren, are building this. So they're doing weekly engineering challenges and discoveries and just details and building this up.
This is great because Chris showed earlier a site he made for himself. His personal use case was NavBite, because Chris is a licensed pilot and you have to fly a certain amount of hours to keep your license. And so, you have to choose an airport. And so you'd rather choose the one that has a good restaurant on the runway or nearby. And today he kind of does some search, but he wanted to make his own personal site that just has everything done and auto updates. That's an insight stack around restaurants on runways called navbite.com. And so what's cool about this is once you have really good data, then generative AI can transform that data to however form you want. And so Chris made a website. Roz, his personal thing is like, I want to find the best burger restaurants in Istanbul, and I want my Rocket to constantly monitor that. And once you have the insight stack, once you have the data set that's auto recurring, keep updating, then once you have good data, you can make anything you want. So Roz also is making a website, and he's making a pretty epic one. It's a live burger intelligence of Istanbul, and that's pretty cool. And so that data can also be modified based on your feedback, because now Roz can see the lists. He'll probably want to go with some of these burger restaurants in Istanbul, and then you say, hey, that one was pretty good. He'll want to probably give that feedback to Rocket and say, hey, I like this one the most. So rate this, give my personal rating, whether it's going to be on the web site or maybe just between him and Rocket. Say, I want to make sure that, hey, this is a really good one. If you ever find, I like this menu, I like this burger, you could even upload a screenshot, right? And say, just keep an eye out on one of these. So now Rocket knows, okay, cool. I'm going to add a score to this. This looks like this type of burger was his favorite, and this vibe. I can get everything on that restaurant that's online. So now, if Roz travels to like say Miami or somewhere, say, hey Rocket, what's the nearest? What's a cool burger restaurant in Miami that I would like? Rocket already kind of knows because Rocket had Roz has been feeding it scores, personal scores of like which ones are good for him in Istanbul. So we'll probably find similar ones for him and expand this insight stack. Now the insight stack of Miami-based burger spots. So this is why this is why Roz is really working the tools. He's really pushing the limits on what our tools can do. You know, this is really hard work, folks. Like there's a reason why you can't actually use Lovable or any of these vibe coding tools to just vibe code this. You can't. It's really hard. Even when we're doing it with NavBuyer Burger, there's a lot of like molding and fixing things that we have to do. We want to get to the point where you can really just prompt it a few times and it gets better and better, which is why we have this shared execution graph. Going back to like shared resource across the network, like every Rocket gets better at doing one thing, which is finding burger restaurants for Roz. Then next going to share the insights on how to do that for burgers. Can you do that for someone else, whether they like pasta or Asian food or curries, right? It's going to get better and better for everybody. That's what's cool about this. So yeah, and it works. I think he shared the website. I'm not sure if he put it on an actual domain yet, but he's going to probably do that soon. And just like navbite.com.
Yeah, it's not out. There's no public domain just yet that he shared, but it will be soon. They're doing daily updates to this, so it will be it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
this is exactly what I mean about your grasp finally being able to keep up with your ambition. Roz had a very clear idea of what he wanted here, but before AI and before tools like UpRock that let you get and collate and access all of this data, it just wasn't practical. This was the sort of thing that maybe existed in a few small forms, but it would have cost probably millions of dollars to do this much analysis. You would have had to hire tens or hundreds of people. And so the thing is, this isn't doing something that would have been done differently by taking jobs away or something like that. It was not economically viable. Nobody would have done this much work to pick the best burger. It just isn't practical.
Yeah. I mean, he made his own personal Yelp, where there's only one food category, burgers. And then that food, and because it's designed for him, for Roz, is it can take feedback. The only reviewer that matters is Roz.
Yeah.
You know, like all the reviewers matter is Roz. And so he made a personal, and it's real time, and now he has like a real time data engine, essentially, Rocket, the harness to go out and make sure his personal burger Yelp is always up to date and just delivering him the best listings wherever he's at in the world, you know?
Yes.
That's cool.
I can't wait till Sir Roz is in America and can try Tim's Burgers.
Yeah.
Because that's just the best burger.
We're having burgers after this. I've totally accepted myself.
No, this is the same thing that happened to us last week because we shared the slide last week. And, you know, because they're doing daily updates. And which will mean that every week we'll have an update to share.
Yeah.
Which means every week for a while we're probably going to be seeing this delicious burger. Which means every Friday or every Thursday is burger day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm getting a burger for lunch. Christopher, are you in?
Probably. I think there's actually an In-N-Out within driving range, and nice. I'm super jonesing for an In-N-Out burger. So, by the way, Spaceman, I saw your comment. I wholeheartedly agree.
I think I highlighted that, but the comment was that only one country can make a burger right.
Yep.
One with
well, you know, lots of places make great burgers, and there are fabulous burgers in Istanbul. But there's sometimes, you know, it's hard to find a bacon cheeseburger in Istanbul, right? So you need for my American palate, for me as an American to say it's the best burger, usually has to have some bacon in there.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
We might have to fork this so that we have the Roz version and we have the Jen version, you know?
Yeah.
Same underlying data, different categorization. That's what's
magical
stacks. About insight stacks and data.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I bet you, because they just go so crazy high, they just take it to the next level. I bet you the highest rated burger restaurant is probably in Japan.
Oh, probably.
They take whatever we do in the US, there's always one person in Japan's like, I love that so much. I dedicate my entire life to it. And there's
Yeah.
probably like some hole in the wall in some place in Tokyo, and they probably just, oh my god, it's probably so awesome.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
live country, they probably have live country music from their friends. Like it's probably like killer. But
I
anyway.
think what Sir Ross probably needs is a budget to travel the world and try the burgers to see, just test the algorithm, test the efficacy of the project using the UpRock's AI tools. Did it actually give me reliable data?
Yeah.
I'm all champion this for you, Ross. That will be Sir Ross's budget in the future.
Folks who are just tuning in, if you don't know about UpRock, this is probably super misleading to say that we're building the world's first live burger intelligence platform.
Oh, right. Here, let me hide that.
We're not. That's not what we're building, but it's a great website that our infrastructure can build.
Yes. Sorry. Okay, and yes, a burger tour, a global burger tour for Sir Ross. Instead of like the country of the week, it will be the burger of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on, guys. It is Friday night for many of you, so we appreciate you guys being here. And so why don't you get your boost here?
Nice.
This is your weekly front row check-in and your front row boost.
Yeah.
What you need to do is scan this QR code on your Android device.
Follow the QR.
Guys, it must be an Android device.
Follow.
And then that will check you in, and you'll get your boost. Scan it like it's hot. That will get you your boost, which will last for 7 days.
Nice.
This QR code this link will be live for until 5:30 a.m. UTC. So that is what in like 10 and a half hours from now.
In the future.
So you need to get you can scan that now. If you don't want to scan it, or if you are on a Seeker or Saga device, Android device, you can follow this link instead.
Yes.
Now that I've said that, bear with me, please, because I'm about to check. I need to check in too. See, we do it with you at the same time. All right. There we go. I'm in for call number 109. So it's a 0.05x or 1.05x reward boost on your boost that lasts for 7 days or 6 days until the next live stream. There you go. Thank you so much for sticking with us on this late on a Friday.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, I'll give you a couple more minutes. I will highlight this again if anyone missed it, but let's move on.
Okay.
To some product updates because we have plenty.
Plenty.
Off, what do we want to? Well, first off, I noticed some people mentioned they got the desktop update. Yes, there is a desktop update. If you have auto updater, if you have the latest version, if you do not have an auto updater, that means that you are so out of date with your desktop app that you need to download a new one. So anyway, everybody's got the desktop app has got an update today. Christopher, you want to tell them what's in it?
No.
No.
No. Yeah. So several of you last week were asking about the desktop app. So this update is primarily about stability improvements, adding some more jobs. There was one specific set of jobs that were failing at a relatively high rate. We believe we've mostly or completely fixed that. There's also going to be another desktop update coming in a couple of days, just so you guys know. That's not because we found a bug in this one. There's one thing in there that's very specific to Macs, which has to do with the ARM versus AMD CPU builds that wasn't quite ready to go out today, but I didn't want to hold it any longer because there were a lot of other good updates. So we pushed one today. We're testing the native ARM code for ARM-based Macs, which will go out in the next couple days as well. That won't be any actual changes to the like the functionality. It'll just be native ARM code for ARM-based Macs, which is, and what's interesting is it's a little misleading. Some of you have shared an alert about like, oh, this app is not native. What's interesting is most of the app actually is native already. It was just part of it that wasn't, and but that's still triggering that. So it was time for us to fix that, and we are. And web crawling should be ticking up a lot more on desktop again, because this unlocks some specific tasks for customers of the network. So yeah, so desktop update is out. Another one's coming soon. To answer the question that got asked earlier, though, Rocket on desktop, not in the next 2 weeks for sure, because we've just got so many other Rocket things to work on, but it will eventually come to desktop for sure.
I'm not sure what you mean by address, but if you mean where to download it, just go to uprock.com. It should auto detect your operating system and give you the right version. But if it otherwise, if it does not, at the bottom of the page, you'll see the links to each version. So it should just pop up.
Speaking of UpRock.com, not that anyone goes to the no reason to go to the website too often, but the website also got an update today too. And that's a new style, new design system that coincides with the mobile app updates, visual updates. So there's that. We'll be working into. I'm working on the dashboard. So after you log in, where you can manage everything on web instead of through the mobile apps, that is also getting an update as well. But to start off, it was the public pages are fixed or updated.
Yep.
Android has some updates, the listing as well as a new version. And then, so we had some questions earlier, people asking, hey, what's with this T10? Christopher?
T minus 10. T minus 10.
I'm sorry, T minus 10. That sounds like a Terminator, the T10. It's a Terminator robot. Or Terminator
But our Terminator is a big love sponge. It just wants to make you happy. You're on mute, Chris. Yeah, so T minus 10, what's it about? Chris, you're on mute.
All right, so thanks to Ridvan. Everybody thank Ridvan in the comments, because he's running it right now. Everybody who during this live stream has gone and seen that T minus 10 screen, so what that means is so we said this before, we didn't enable Rocket for everybody right at first because we wanted to find and fix any problems. So first of all, big thanks to our first batch of beta users who found some bugs, and we have addressed almost all of them. There's a few more that we're still working on. There's going to be another release of Rocket probably tonight or tomorrow night European time. And we will continue to release Rocket updates every couple days, as we have been. But anybody who's seen that T minus 10 during this live stream,
on Android only.
On Android, anybody who's seen that by going to the Rocket tab on their Android app is going to get Rocket turned on within the next few hours. So it's running right now. So it's running right now. We're provisioning Rocket instances for everybody who saw that. And if you haven't seen it yet and you go hit it right now, don't worry, we're going to run it again. I'm going to run it again later tonight. So from now until tell you what, let's make it the same. Let's make it the same amount of time as the QR code. So for people who are watching this later, because it's the middle of the night for them, you guys won't miss out either. I'll just say that right now. So until whenever the QR code expires, about 10 hours from now, 10 and a half hours from now, if you go and you see that T minus 10 screen, then that means to us that you're interested. You're trying to use Rocket. So we will turn Rocket on for you. And as we said before, we're not intentionally making it scarce. We're just rolling it out slowly to make sure everybody has a good experience. So we are going to we're going to keep doing that over the coming days. And I really think this isn't a hard commitment, because we'll have to make sure that we don't run out of compute resources and stuff. But my goal is that very much before the end of the month, everybody has access to Rocket. But we're gonna keep rolling it every few days, and we're gonna keep releasing updates for it. But right now, Ridvan is turning on a bunch of new Rockets. So thank you, Ridvan.
Is turning on rockets, and then next,
he's launching rockets.
Launching rockets is what we're doing next. And then adding cool stuff to the Rocket, features. Yep. You're gonna want to expect to upload things. You guys will notice there's a Rocket button there's a Rocket button in the chat box. That right now is disabled, but soon that'll be enabled. That's where you can upload images and or files to Rocket. So we're just gonna move fast on adding more and more cool stuff to Rocket. But we want to just get it out there so you can interact with it. Ask it to do daily tasks. Say, hey, I want you to find me all the latest AI and crypto news and send it to me every day. Ask it to do stuff like that. We don't want any idle rockets. Rockets should be eager to go out and fetch things for you. It's always ready for an adventure, never gets tired. And so just ask for tasks. And if you have any issues, let us know, because this is what the community is great for. Okay. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I love having it. It's been fun.
Yeah, and then it's looking great. There's a light bulb in the top left corner, some suggestions on navigation and what you can prompt it, and then the reward section is kind of revamped. It looks great, and then you have the wallet section also revamped. Looks great. So, but yeah, we're gonna continue to add more and more features, guys. So, but the first step is just let's make Rocket exist for you. That's that. Yeah.
Let's get that rocket flying, and then we'll bolt on more stuff as we go.
Exactly.
We're turning on more today, and we'll turn on some more in about 10 hours or so. Once the QR code time is up, so that anybody who watches the live stream and wants to just go see that T-10 screen, and that will let us know that you're interested in Rocket, and we'll turn it on for you.
Cool.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, actually, that's a segue into iOS, as we're talking about mobile app. The update on iOS.
Well, you know what? I really had a good feeling about the call we had on Monday, and I thought we'd get a response back by now, and we did not. He did expedite it, so I'm just going to call him again on Monday. I'm trying to be pleasantly persistent without bugging the guys, and then they don't want to help us. So I'm going to call him every week, but I really thought that we did get expedited. We saw him switch to review mode when I called him. And usually that means a few days we did get a response. They asked us to clarify something, and we respond within 30 minutes. So I was hoping.
Last week.
Yeah, that was on Monday. Yeah, that was on Monday, I think. That was just this week.
That was on my. And the other thing that we didn't have a lot of control over. I assume they had a pretty big backlog, because I bet a lot of them, took a couple days off for the big holiday here. So.
They probably
they just had a lot of stuff to work through.
Yeah, probably. They do, and they don't work. They just work. They don't work 24/7. So, I hope next week. I really thought that this week would be the week, because it really felt like we got along well with that with the rep over there. So we'll see by next week, hopefully, guys. Yeah. I still cannot see any reason why they reject it. It's like a really awesome productivity tool. And so much much stuff in there compared to what we had in iOS 6 months ago, which is roughly when it got rejected. So
that's insane.
Huh? It's insane. It's really fucking insane.
Long that is 6 months.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Time slippage here. The 6 months in the AI world.
Yeah.
And 6 months in the blockchain world.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy. So
it's been 8 years.
Yeah. Pray to the simulation, everybody. Pray to the simulation.
This simulation is getting a restart. So that includes our app getting published in the App Store again.
Yeah.
I fully believe this. We're getting a restart.
Yeah, cool.
I just want I don't want it to be 2008 again. Maybe 2012, like you said, Christopher. I want to hear LMFAO on the radio. The radio. I want to see people wearing gold.
We want Solana summer to hit and all tokens go up. That's what we want.
All tokens go up. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
Good. Okay.
So it's been a really good week.
Mm-hmm.
I am happy that well, I'm bummed that World Cup is over in Seattle. They start dismantling everything in the barge on the day of the Belgium game, and so now it's so sad. It's just so quiet. How people the Bostonians were bummed when the Scots left.
Yeah.
How I feel right now. It's everybody's gone. I miss it. That said, it's also nice to not to be able to relax for a little bit, because I had so much FOMO.
Yeah.
For the past few weeks, and so now I don't have that FOMO anymore. I'm okay, now I can actually chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher, I saw a comment here. I've been trying to find it, but somebody said you look younger this week than you did last week. I think it's because you're breathing that American air.
I mean, last week I was in an airport after being on an airplane for a long time, and I think everybody looks a little tired and haggard after that. This week I'm sitting outside in nature, wearing an American flag hat, and had a chance to shave and get a couple hours of sleep last night. So I think that's probably just it.
Yeah, I think that you did. I think you look great. You look content, very happy. Not to say you never did, but you look good. I like the hat. Jesse, you are not wearing your glasses. You need that too.
Yeah, we need to do another glass. There we go.
Yay!
Ooh,
Okay, and I don't have my glasses.
Match the hat.
Yeah, there we go.
I have this.
I
like this guy.
All right. All right. Well, I think we should end this now.
It looks like he looks like the eagle from the Muppets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him. Okay, guys. Oh, wait! Before we go, I have a reminder of I want to do your reminder every week. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
Pioneers Cats have a weekly cargo drop where they're dropping 0.75 SOL every week to 3 holders.
Yep.
You have to have a Deep Pioneers Cat.
Yep.
And you have to be part of the Discord. I am doing both, but I keep forgetting to check in on time. So I haven't won yet.
I want to do a recap too. This is a DPIN NFT. So if you're bullish on DPIN, which is a great category of crypto, this is an NFT that represents DPIN projects, including UpRock, and it actually generates yield. It creates the rewards in tokens every month because it has a liquid staking token and it generates yield. And how the community works, as long as you hold the NFT and join the Discord, they do a raffle and give out the reward to one lucky person. And it's significant, like Jen said. It's as the price of SOL goes up, it's like right now, so you get like it's $100 or something. And so, like some people win twice. You win it covers the cost of the NFT, and then you just get benefits and perks. So the holders of the NFT also get perks on other projects, and it just continues to grow. So right now, is everything on discount and things are about to go up? Not financial advice, but I feel it. I feel like we're getting back into a good groove here and with the Solana community. So, like I said, they're a cool community. They like DPIN. AI is a big part of that now, and it's just fun. It's just really cool fun. So follow them, and if you're interested in that, maybe change your PFP to a Space Cowboy Cat, which we all done.
Which we all have done. Here, go check out deeppioneers.com. Yeah, 0.75 SOL a week, easy money.
Easy.
So this slide, it doesn't mean that you don't need those 3 specific NFTs.
Yeah,
it's just those are pretty good. Like, they're a great price. So those are some.
There's a variety out there. There's a bunch of cats need to be adopted, and they're very curious, and they're on the frontier, and they want you to hop along. So.
Yep. And one more real quick product update for anybody who's been using the MCP. We know that some people were getting some timeouts, specifically on videos, video indexing, that we have. We've pushed multiple updates for that this week, and I tested it even just before the call, and it worked great for me. However, there is still at least one issue we know about that happens occasionally, that update is going out within the next day or two. So please, anybody who's using the newest MCP features, keep reporting any problems you find. We're making it better for everybody, but Is it
mainly still the really long ones?
It's mainly still the really long ones. Yeah. So really long videos are failing at a much higher than expected rate. And we know why it is. It's a memory issue on some devices, and we're working through that. I've literally just before this call, I actually merged some fixes for that, but I didn't have a chance to really fully run the simulated runtime before the call. So we'll do that later. And if it's all good, we'll roll that out. Yeah. And as always, we keep improving it. But yeah, Spaceman, try again now, because there were some updates last night. But also, it could still be happening on longer. Now, I see the ones that I think are the most challenging are the ones that are like over an hour. are the ones that have the highest failure rate. But we're still working on that, and you know, this is one of those. We launched it and it works great, and then we found some bugs where it's you know, sometimes it fails because it runs out of memory, and so we're fixing those and keep working on it.
This is the point. Like, you can never make it perfect. You just want to push it out there because you just need to put it in the wild and get people to use it. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, MCP is just a tool that allows you to add this semantic video search to any LLM or agent that you prefer to use, not just Rocket. You go to UpRock.ai. There's literally a section that says create your MCP key or videos. Actually, just say that. You'll see a little pop-up, one button click, and then just drop that URL into your LLM or agent and say, hey, how do I install this? It will tell you, explain it to you. Usually it's pretty straightforward. Once you do that, you now and you actually just now connected the UpRock DeepIn, our community's tools, to your LLM, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT, and now we can actually do video indexing and searching, and you can contribute to the public index that we're building. So that's what we're talking about here. You can drop in videos and say, hey, Claude, watch this for me. You know, whether it's a minute to an hour, we want to make sure it's working across them. So we're fixing those bugs, and so keep the feedback coming. But that's how you get started if you want to try it out with other LLMs and agents. Go to UpRock.ai and you can get it there. And right now, it's because it's in beta, it is free. So just try it out. And you can we want people to just try it and give us feedback as we improve it.
All right, great. Okay, guys, I think that is a wrap for today.
We do have a new song from somebody. Who made this new song? I think Sasha or...
Yes, Sasha made a new song for the team. It's really great. Sasha's not here today, but
I haven't heard this one
anyway. And we play it again next week when Sasha's here.
Sure.
What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so this is UpRockers Rise by our dear friend. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves Sasha. This is the second song that Sasha has given us, I think. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I uploaded it, Jen. Did you upload it too? I see 2 copies of it. Did you upload it too?
I did.
Oh, I see 2 copies. Okay. So I'll just play the second.
You can play whenever you're ready to go. Right? Chris,
as always, thanks for spending your Friday with us this time. I said, gosh, wrong day of the week. Thanks for coming out on Friday night. For those of you who came out on Friday night. I think we're going to have some burgers for lunch. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your time with us. Thanks for being part of our community. We couldn't build these amazing things without you. I am truly grateful. And I mean this, I'm really sincere. When I have like a mad idea, like I want to make video search work, or I want to try something out, or I want to see if we can index this whole channel or something like that. The fact that so many of you in the community are willing to work with us, and I have access to go have 1,000 devices watch a video right now so that I can see if this works. That's something that is like a dream for a nerdy engineer like me. So thank you, everyone in the community, for participating. And please use the tools. You guys have access to all these tools too. That's the thing. It's not just for us, it's for everybody. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week. And All
right. Cheers, everyone.
And hey, and if you're watching this after, watching this a little bit later, if you're in Asia or something like that, go into Rocket. Hit the Rocket tab. If you see it says T-10 waiting for launch, that means that you are in the queue to get Rocket turned on, and we will be turning them on over the coming days. Yeah, let's go. All right. It's called UpRockers Rise. First time hearing it. Thanks, Sasha, for making this one. Cheers, everybody. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
An echo in the air.